What is going on, my future crypto millionaires? All right, so you guys are all having a great day. I've got my Robinhood crypto account pulled up here once again, and I'm going to be talking about swing trading for beginners if you're looking to make some consistent gains. Because the biggest problem with getting involved in the crypto space is that everybody wants to just hodl their coins forever, which is totally fine, but we want to compound our gains quicker. We want to make more money faster, and we just want to grow our bags in wealth at the end of the day, right? Now, none of this is financial advice. I can only show you some things and how I approach swing trading crypto, but I think there's some stuff you can learn. And I'm going to just show you where we're at today. For the week, pretty decent, right? We're up 34,000. I'm actually down on a position right now, which is totally fine though, because I'm still way up for the year on this one account, which is still up around 420%. Now, really how I've grown this account over the last like 5 or 6 months, I was swing trading some Bitcoin, some Dogecoin, and some XRP. And right now I'm just in a swing trade on XRP. I also use a couple other exchanges. Robinhood's not the only one. I think Robinhood's pretty easy for a lot of beginners out there. So that's kind of why we're going to go over this today. But yeah, if you kind of just look at this chart, I mean, you can kind of see that it's just growing little by little, right? I've taken some profits out of here. I've moved some money around. So things are a little bit skewed, but we are still up about 420% in 5 or 6 months, which is good. But like I said, I have a position right now in XRP I am down on. Not really worried about it a whole lot here because I think XRP is going to be over $3 again really soon. Crypto is going to pop off again based on where we're at in the month, going into next month, and things are looking honestly really good. But here's the deal, guys. When something is going up, you do want to take profits every once in a while. I'm going to be pulling up a chart here, which I'm going to explain a little bit. And if any of this is going over your head, just bear with me here. But right now I'm using TradingView. This is actually my number one trading tool. I am going to have some links below for this. If you guys want to check it out, you can get like a free 15 free. But I'm also going to have a link too as well if you want to like really, really learn how to swing trade crypto even more than I can just explain in a 10 or 15-minute video. There's going to be a link down there for that too. Also, you guys could tap the like on this. I'd appreciate it. But basically, I've got a chart pulled up here on XRP. Now, if you want to get into swing trading, you're going to have to start charting and understanding how charts work. And right now, I've got a 6-month chart pulled up here. XRP is currently trading for $2.42. I had to kind of look at that. And I've got 2 lines pulled up here. And these are basically resistance lines I've gone over. If we went down in price and like really crashed, I think $1.78 to $1.80 would be our bottom. It could go lower than that. I'm not saying not, but really I think that's kind of the low. And then on the high, we really need to break $3.40 to continue moving up. You might be wondering where I've come up with these lines. Well, you can kind of see if we look at the 6-month chart where the bottoms have been in the top. And this kind of gives you a good idea of what to expect based on if we sold off, there'd be a lot of buying at $1.80. And then if we started going up in price and people were buying, there'd be a lot of selling at $3.40 based on these resistance lines that I have. Now, when you're swing trading, there's a couple things you want to be doing. The first is you want to look at the daily chart on a crypto. You also want to look at the 4-hour chart. Basically, these two are going to kind of give you ideas of what's going on with price. Is it more bullish or bearish? And the other thing too, once you look at the 1-day and the 4-hour chart, it's also going to give you an idea of are we just kind of like chopping sideways, which we kind of have been doing. But if you went on smaller time frames, the problem is, we'll do the 30-minute. It's cool to kind of see like what's going on smaller time frames, but we want to take a look at the bigger picture when we're swing trading because we're not day trading. Typically, when I swing trade, I'm looking to get into a trade for a minimum of 2 weeks, to usually like a full month. Sometimes, even longer than that. It really just depends. I might be in a trade for 2 months, but when you get over 2 months, you're kind of like in long-term trade territory. And I try to lock in gains if I'm up anywhere from like 3 to 6 to 7 to 8%. And the reason I do it on a smaller percent is because, crypto, it moves a lot. So when you can take a gain on something, just take it. because it's probably going to go back lower, and then you can buy back in lower, and you know, it is what it is, guys. But just these are just some basics. So like when you're swing trading, you want to look at the 1 day and the 4 hour chart. You could go smaller time frames. Like I said, it's cool to see smaller time frames on a whatever, if we're looking at a crypto or even a stock. But you know, the 1 day and the 4 hour are best for swing traders. Okay, you could also set stop losses. Like if you bought in the XRP right now at $2.42, you could set a stop loss for maybe like $2.30, because if it broke 2.30, it could go back down to like 2.10 or $2, which is not a bad thing to do. It definitely protects you a little bit. But right now, if I was looking at XRP, you know, I would definitely be looking more to the upside on it, just based on where we're at right now. And I think that, you know, we're at $2.40. Some different resistances I could think right now off the top of my head would probably be like right around 260 to 265, and then 280, and then 3. But I think from $3, the next target would definitely be like right around 340 before it really starts to sell off again. And, you know, like I said, this might be a little bit, a lot for you guys to digest right now, but, you know, if we kind of come back, I am getting the results swing trading, you know, and I really do plan on having this account grow to really between 1.2 and 2 million in the next 3 to 6 months. I would like to have it at, which is not, it's reasonable for how I'm doing things right now. Okay. Anyways, I do want to kind of wrap things up here, going over a quick article on the Crypto Basic. I like the stuff these guys put out for different cryptos, you know, and also link this up below if you want to check it out. But, you know, whether you're swing trading right now, or whatever, I do think XRP is a really good coin to also have some long-term holds on. And this one just says, here's how much XRP you need to hold to be ahead of 95% of investors. All right, so crypto founder and XRP community figure has called attention to the XRP rich list, specifically spotlighting the top 5%. Amid the ongoing market uncertainty that has capped XRP's growth prospects, mixed sentiments among market participants, this has led to bearish and bullish reactions, as different tiers of addresses employ varying techniques to either mitigate losses or set themselves up for more substantial gains. Holding 10,000 XRP takes you to the top 5%. That's not bad. Interestingly, the number of wallets that hold at least 10,000 XRP, which is about, what, $25,000, close to it, and at most 100,000 XRP at 245,000 has increased to over 5,000 since February, when the current downtrend began. As this class of address increases, the founder of Market Resource XRP Market confirmed that investors of the lower end of the tier might have made it to the elite group. All right, so basically this is just saying, like, yeah, holding 10,000 XRP takes you to the top 5%. It's still going to be around like $25,000, which is definitely a hefty chunk. But it's interesting, I think, right? Like I said, I think XRP is a good coin to get into. But to wrap things up here, guys, two things. TradingView, it's my #1 trading tool. You got to check this out. I will have a link below in the description and comments for this, because it's what I use. So, you know, you look at the gains I've had, and I'm telling you, it's my #1 trading tool. You can get a free 15 below for that. And then the second thing here is, you know, get on the swing trading newsletter that we'll have below there as well. If you really want to like start making some gains and not just watching your, you know, whatever investments just kind of go up and go down, you want to lock in at some point, or what's the point, guys? Not financial advice. All right, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed another update here. Subscribe if you haven't, tap the like if you made it to the end. Thanks for watching this. We'll see you on the next crypto video.